Hi, and welcome to today's book. So this is Lifesavers. Spend a day with 12 real-life emergency service heroes. Now, this book is a non-fiction book, which means it's not made up. It's not a story, okay? It has information in about real people and facts. Things that we know are true, things that people have found out are true. So non-fiction, not fiction. Fiction is a storybook. So, okay, this book is by Eryl, Nash and Anna Albero. And on the back, it says, pack your thermal imaging camera, grab your walkie-talkie, and get ready to spend a day with 12 everyday heroes saving lives around the world. Okay, so that's the blurb. That's what the blurb tells us. Oh, I turned it all the way around. How silly. Right, so let's open it up. Now, we have a little introduction at the beginning. Some books have an introduction. And this one is by a doctor. So this is Dr. Zoe Williams. She's an NHS doctor. So she works for the NHS. That stands for National Health Service. That's the NHS is our very wonderful health service who look after us. She's also she's a lifesaver because of the job she does, and a television presenter too. She says, I always knew that I wanted to help people. Becoming a doctor was a dream come true. The very best part of my job is knowing that I get to make people feel better every single day. Imagine doing a wonderful, exciting, interesting job where you also get to help other people, animals, or the planet. So she really values her job. She thinks it is very important, and it is very important. Okay, and she not only enjoys it, because lots of people can enjoy their job, but she knows that it is a very important job. Other people know that their job is important, but they don't necessarily enjoy it. So she is very lucky. She has found something that gives her both of those things, enjoyment, and she can do a good thing too. And that's a bit like how I feel about my job. I love my job, and it's also an important job because all of you have the right to an education. And I get to help educate you. So she also says, lifesavers are all around us. You probably walk past them in the street every day without even realising they're there. That's because real life heroes don't wear cloaks or capes. Their heroic powers come from their minds, hearts and able hands. We all have the opportunity to be a hero every now and again. What will you be when you grow up? So there we go. And that is Dr. Zoe Williams. Right, so here are our 12 emergency service heroes. Today we're just going to look at two of them. We're going to look at police and firefighter. So we'll just see who we've got first of all in the book. So we've got a firefighter from the UK. We've got a paramedic from Switzerland. We have got a paediatric nurse from Spain. So a paediatric nurse, someone who works with the little ones. We've got a veterinarian, so a vet from the USA, a flying doctor from Australia, a surgeon from Pakistan, a mountain rescuer from France, a counsellor from Germany, a police officer from the UK, a cancer research scientist from China, an aid worker from Italy, and a lifeguard from the Netherlands. So a counsellor is someone who you talk to about your problems and they help you to work them out. A research scientist is someone who, they are a scientist. We know a little bit about scientists. They are somebody who tries to work out cures. For the research scientist for cancer, so they're trying to work out how to cure cancer. But scientists look into how things work in the world. And an aid worker is someone who goes and helps in areas where there are disasters. Okay, and they try to go and help those people who need help. Right. Okay then, so let's look at our firefighter. Here we go. A day in the life of a firefighter. Hi, I'm Leonie and I work for the UK Fire and Rescue Services. So UK, United Kingdom, that's where we are. My day starts with a uniform parade, so they show off their uniform and get it checked, while the station officer tells me and the crew our roles for the day. In an emergency, one person might drive the fire engine, another might operate the fire pump, and others might enter a building to fight the fire. Every day we make sure our equipment is working by testing hoses, ladders and water supplies. It's important that our equipment is always ready so we're prepared for an emergency call. Because imagine if you were going out to fight a fire, you hadn't been checking your equipment and your hose didn't work properly, then you wouldn't be able to save anyone. You wouldn't be able to fight the fire. As firefighters, we carry out life-saving work, but it's not all fast-paced. We work with our local community to teach fire safety in order to increase awareness and prevent fires and accidents happening in the first place. We also take part in fitness training and practice procedures. You must be very fit to be a firefighter because you have to be very active. However, at some point, our mobile data terminal, which is a special computer in the fire engine, will light up. Within seconds, we're racing through the streets, blue lights flashing. We could be on our way to fight a fire, rescue someone from deep water, or contain a chemical spill. Either way, at the end of my shift, I go home knowing I have made a difference, whether it's making someone safer in their home or rescuing them from a fire. So we've got some pictures here. This is when training in the drill yard, we pitch ladders against the tall towers and use breathing equipment to practice entering smoke-filled buildings. So that's here. Then we practice using high pressure hoses to put out roaring flames and use a hydraulic spreader cutter to train for rescuing people trapped in cars. So here, there's a bigger picture of it just over here. It's like giant kind of scissors that open up the cars. Then here it says, when an emergency call comes in, we drop what we're doing and race to the scene to put all our training into action. So there they go, super quick. Whee, down the pole. So now we've got lovely pictures over here, all of the equipment. So my most important kit, a high pressure hose. It carries water or other fire retardants such as foam to extinguish a fire. So that's the most important part of her kit. Up here we've got the parade uniform, we've got the rescue uniform, and we've got a hazmat suit. That's if she has to go into an extremely dangerous situation, maybe with some chemicals or something. We've got a beater for grass fires, you beat them out. Water pump. We've got the fire extinguisher, you might recognise that. We've got that mobile data terminal that she mentioned. We've got the fire engine, of course, with the ladder. We've got the high pressure hose. We've got that hydraulic spreader cutter. We have got a safety harness. So if you're going to be working high up, you'll use a harness. It'll keep you safe so that you're connected to something. This is a thermal imaging camera and it will show you where it's particularly hot. So it can see all the hot spots. Okay, so there we go. Let's take you around there. So thank you to Leonie. Excellent. Right, now we're going to pop over and meet this police officer. Here we go. Let's take the bookmark out. A day in the life of a police officer. Hello, my name is Dominik and I'm a police officer keeping people safe in the UK. Again, where we are. Here we go. When I arrive at the station, I put on my uniform, which makes me easy to spot while I'm working. So there we go. There's Dominik in his uniform. I get in my police car and head out to start my day. I talk to local residents, that means people who live in the area, and often come across situations like road accidents or people in trouble. I might also be contacted through my radio and sent to locations, places, where people have called for police help. The police assist in all kinds of situations to manage big crowds, control traffic, work with communities to uphold the law, that's like the rules, like super important rules for bigger people, and respond to emergencies. We take people's statements, that's what they say has happened, look at video footage to gather evidence and write up case files and notes to see each and every police case through to its end. One of the most essential tools police officers rely on is communication. Talking to each other. Much of the time, the people we deal with are very emotional. Speaking to someone calmly and with respect can help the situation go as smoothly as possible. As the first people at the scene, we often see people at their most vulnerable every day, so being able to protect someone is really rewarding. So if something upsetting has happened, like you've just been robbed, something's been stolen from you, you're going to be feeling very upset. So you need someone who's going to treat you well and kindly and with respect and speak to you calmly and make you feel better. Police officers might not be as invincible, that means like unstoppable and like just can't be beaten, like superheroes, but we try our best to keep people safe. Then we've got some pictures. Here we go. So we patrol the streets in a high visibility police car. So high visibility, easy to see. When an emergency call comes through the radio, we put on blue flashing lights and head to the scene. If we need to get into a building to help someone in danger, we use an enforcer to break down the door. That's if they need to help someone. When we attend a road accident, we check if anyone is hurt, as we may need to use our radios to request an ambulance. We use police tape and traffic cones to secure the scene and start to gather evidence to establish what has happened. So they'll make sure nobody else can come into that area where the accident has happened, and then they talk to people and look at where all the objects are, like the cars and maybe any like smashed things, and work out what has happened. So there are those pictures. Right, then let's look at this big page over here. Okay, so my most important kit, a radio. It provides me with information to make decisions and stay safe. And also, police officers have gloves, a utility belt where you keep lots of important things. They sometimes use a police helmet. They use a navigation system that helps show them where to go. An earpiece and a radio, keeps them connected. A torch, a whistle, an evidence bag. So if you find something, a clue to a crime that might have happened, then you put it in the evidence bag. You have a police badge. It shows that you are a police person. A police car, patrol boots, traffic cones, evidence tubes. Again, you collect evidence at the crime scene. So you'll look around and you'll see, what can I collect from here? It might help me to solve the crime. I see there is a gum wrapper here. Somebody might have chewed on this gum and left the wrapper here, and then I will be able to track them down in my database of information. That's like a super computer with lots of information, and find out that it was a criminal who was chewing on that gum, and now I will know who it was who bashed into this car. It's not really quite as simple as that, children, but that's the gist of it. That's the idea. A megaphone if you need to be heard over big crowds. A body camera. There's that enforcer that was mentioned at the door. Over here at the door, okay? The first aid kit, traffic signs, a police line, do not cross, okay? For when they're working somewhere and need people not to get involved and not to cross over, okay? Because people get very curious and they need to keep them away from where something has just happened. So there we go. So thank you to Dominik as well. So I hope you have enjoyed those pages. It is a really good book, I have to say. Very pleased with that purchase. And we will do some more another day. Bye for now.